A Walk in New York by Salvatore Rubino. A Walk in New York. A Walk in New York. A Walk in New York.
But it looks like we already know what's all about New York.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Hello, this is me, and that's my dad. We've just arrived in Manhattan, the busiest part of New York City. Dad wants to show me around. So look, the boy and his dad, they're gonna go for a walk. This platform's underground. We walk around a ramp. Look, so this is a boy and his dad, and they're gonna go for a walk around the city. Look, the boy and his dad.
Ms.Dimitra?
Yes.
And then the boy and dad is going to ride the train.
Yeah, they were riding
That's
trains.
a subway train.
Yeah, that's a subway train. Yeah, have you guys taken the subway train?
I did.
You did?
I did.
You
Me
did?
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, so this is our train. Yes. Oh, let's see. And come up onto ground level. Welcome to Grand Central. Dad says. You know that? Yes. So Grand Central is the largest train station in the world. So Grand Central is the largest train station in the world. Whoa. This hall is really huge, and there are so many people all in a hurry. So look, this is Grand Central, the biggest train station in the world. We step out onto the street, and I can't believe my eyes. The buildings are so tall. No wonder they're called skyscrapers. I can tell who the visitors are. We're the ones who keep stopping to look. So look. So they're probably in the city. They're in the city. Look at all the tall skyscrapers. Look at all the tall skyscrapers. Yeah.
I see a school bus.
Yeah, so this is Manhattan. So Manhattan has three areas. So Manhattan has 3 areas. Manhattan has uptown Manhattan, midtown, and downtown. So Manhattan, you could go uptown, midtown, and downtown.
Uptown, midtown, downtown.
Yeah, so this is midtown, where more people walk than live. So this is midtown. They're in midtown Manhattan. So look at all the tall skyscrapers. Look at all the tall skyscrapers. Because I read. Because it tells me, the words tell me. Because I read the words. Oh, we stop again. This building's not as tall as it is wide. That tells me it's the New York City Public Library. New York Public Library. And meet the library lions, he says. They guard the books inside. Dad, silly. These lions aren't alive. A librarian stops to talk to us. She says 10,000 new books come in every week, and there are 88 miles of bookshelves inside. So look, this is the New York Library. Look, this is in Manhattan. This is the public library in Manhattan. It's really huge. If you go there with mommy and daddy one day, it is so huge. It has 10,000 different books. Yes.
I went there museum before.
Yeah, Yeah, you went to this library before?
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I went there. Me too. I went there 4 times.
Yeah, and look outside the library. There's and outside the library there's lions. Outside the library, and outside the library there's lions. And his dad is telling the boy he's being silly, and he's saying that the lions are guarding the library. But this is a huge library, a really large library. Yes.
That's too big.
I recognize that skyscraper. It's the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building. It has 102 floors. 102 floors. The Empire State Building has 102 floors.
That must be a high rise.
Yes, it's a really tall skyscraper. Dad says on cloudy days you can't see the top. So the Empire State Building is so tall that when it's cloudy, you're not able to see the top of the building. The Empire State Building isn't the tallest building in the world, but it is one of them. So the Empire Building is a very tall building. It might not be the tallest building in the world, but it's one of them. Visitors can go up the Empire State Building. So Dad and I buy tickets. A policeman shows us to the high-speed elevator. So look, this is the Empire State Building. This is the Empire State Building right here. It's in Manhattan, the Empire State Building, and it's a very tall building. And look, when you could go up to the 102 floor. If you go and buy a ticket, you could go up to the 102 floor.
What?
So look, the people here, the boy and the dad are going up the high-speed elevator.
High speed elevator. Let me see. Let me go.
So look, this is the Empire State Building. Look,
Oh my
the
God.
Empire State
That's
Building.
how tall it is.
That's how tall it is.
In real life?
Yeah, it's really tall.
Oh my God. The elevator.
It's inside the building. You can't see the elevator from outside.
That's too big.
Yeah, that's a big elevator.
And then I can't do it again.
Wait.
This and more of it now. Yeah, you wonder.
So it's quiet up here, and water shines in all directions. Dad tells me that Manhattan is an island. He shows me some bridges that connect it to New York's other boroughs. So look. So these are some of the bridges in New York. The Brooklyn Bridge. We have the Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge. I look down at the cars in tiny specks in the ribbon streets below. So look, so they're looking from top of the Empire State Building, and look how small and tiny everything looks. Look how tall and small and tiny everything looks from on top of the Empire State Building.
What? I have to be taller than that. What?
Back on planet Earth, we smell a delicious smell. But to get to the hot dog stand, we have to cross the street. 5 lanes of traffic are riveting at the lights. Dad puts me on his shoulders. I think he thinks that I'll be safer there. More hot dogs are eaten in New York than anywhere else in the U.S. So look, the dad and the boy are crossing the street. Look how big the street is in the city. It has 5 lanes of traffic. The streets are so big. And they're crossing. Look, this is hot dogs. They're going to get a hot dog here. And yeah, they're going to get hot dogs. And in New York City, we eat the most hot dogs.
Most delicious hot dog in the world. I like hot dogs.
Yeah. We eat our hot dogs and window shop. This department store is called Macy's. Macy's. You've heard of Macy's? Yeah. Dad says that you can buy anything from a distracted diamond inside. That must be why their shopping bags come in so many shapes and sizes. So look, now they got their hot dog and now they're shopping at their window shopping. They're looking at all the beautiful windows. At Macy's. Yep, Macy's. It's in Manhattan, yes. Macy's, yes. Macy's. Yep. Macy's is a big department store. It has anything you could buy. It has many things you could buy. Now we're walking down a street called Broadway. So this is a street called Broadway. Dad shows me an amazing skyscraper. It isn't square shaped. It's triangular. It's called a flat iron building. That's it because it looks just like an iron. So this is the flat iron building. Look. And look on top, it looks like a triangle. So this is why it's called the flat iron building, because it looks like a triangle. The Flatiron Building is one of New York's oldest skyscrapers. It has 22 floors. Most Manhattan streets run straight, but Broadway runs diagonally. So look, this is the Flatiron Building, and they are on Broadway. They are on Broadway.
Where?
This street is called Broadway. And this is the Flatiron Building. Look, it looks like an iron on top.
I know the street called Broadway.
You know the street called Broadway?
And the street called Denver too. And
Yes.
the city all called New York.
My feet are really tired. Even Dad's are. So we find a park to rest. It's called Union Square Park. We buy some fruit and postcards at a market stall. Then sit down in the grass and listen to the music. Yeah, this is Union Square. So this is Union Square and it's a park. Yeah, so this is so this is Union Square Park. Union Square Park. Look, everyone laying down on the grass enjoying the beautiful weather. Look. Everyone's on the beautiful grass enjoying the beautiful weather. Look, they're enjoying the beautiful weather. After our energy came back, we want to see some more. The streets around the park are quieter and smaller. Dad says the buildings here are mainly homes, not offices. People know one another when they talk. We hear lots of different languages. So most people in Manhattan live in apartments. Many old apartment buildings have iron stairways down the outside walls in case of fire and water towers on the roof. More people live in New York than any other city in the U.S. So look, these are apartment buildings that people living in the city. These are apartment buildings that people live in. Dad asks me if I'm hungry. I always am. Let's make a snack, he says. This is Greenwich Village, where you find the best cafes in New York. The more we walk now, the more we see the sky. So now they're at Greenwich Village, and they're going to get some food to eat. This area is called Greenwich Village, and they have delis here. Yep, so look, they're gonna get some food to eat. Yeah, they're gonna get some food to eat. It says, the ground under Greenwich Village is too soft to build skyscrapers on. So the ground in Greenwich Village is too soft. So that's why there's not too many skyscrapers there. Most Manhattan streets are known by numbers. Most of Manhattan is known by numbers. But the streets in Greenwich Village usually have names.
You mean that's the
The village used to be real village that was outside New York City. So it used to be a actual village back many years ago. So this is Greenwich Village.
Let's say 22-1.
We leave the cafe when it's almost dark. Dad slips down a side street, and that brings us to the river, the Hudson, he says. And can you see the Statue of Liberty? This is the Statue of Liberty right over here. From the pier, we watch the boats. Yes. The gulls watch us, and the fishermen watch the water. The sun dips behind the statue and turns her crown to gold. So look. So now this is the Hudson River. So this is the Hudson River. And here is the Statue of Liberty. This is the Statue of Liberty. And this is the Hudson River. Manhattan is a port for mussels. So about 200 different kinds of fish live in the Hudson River. So there's a lot of fish living in the Hudson River. So this is the Hudson River. And here is the Statue of Liberty. Let's see where they go next. Taxi, taxi, Dad yells. Grand Central, please. I say, through the window, the city sparkles in the night. Dad and I agree. The city sparkles in the night. Dad and I agree. There's just one thing better than taking a walk in New York, and that's riding a cab. So look, New York City has lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of taxis. Look how many taxis. It doesn't say the street, but there's so many taxis. Look at all the taxis. So look, there's so many taxis. Oh, let's see. At the light, the driver shows me one last thing. That's the James A. Farley building, he says. It has a general post office inside. So look, this is the post office in the city. It has general post office inside. The writing carved around the top says, neither snow nor rain, nor heat nor gloom of night stays these countries from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. What does it mean, I ask? It's a promise that they'll do everything they can to get your mail to you, Dad says. So look, this is the post office right here. It is so big. They're just in the taxi. There's no specific area. No, they're in a taxi. They're in a yellow taxi. And now they're looking at the post office. This is the post office. They're at the post office now. Let's see. So when we reach the station, I write one of our postcards and drop it in the mailbox. So he wrote a postcard. Dear friend, I hope one day you'll come for a walk in New York to you. So look, the boy's putting his postcard in the mailbox. He wrote a postcard to his friend. He wrote a postcard to his friend, and he's gonna give the postcard to his friend. He's gonna give the post.
What is his name?
It says, dear friend, I hope one day you'll come for a walk in New York to you. It doesn't say a name. No name.
Why no?
This doesn't say a name.
That's so boring.
Yep, so this is a picture of the city, everything in the city.
Read it.
Yep, the buildings, pretzels.
No, please read it, please.
Let's see what it says.
Read it.
Here's his coffee, milkshake, cheesecake, chocolate cake, burger. So this is a menu. This is Empire State Building. Empire State Building. Here's the streets. It says Broadway, Macy's, New York Public Library,